Recently, a team of modern chemists and fragrance experts gathered in a laboratory to perform an unusual experiment. They were attempting to recreate a perfume that hasn't existed for 3,000 years. It took this collective of researchers 3 full years to pull it off. They had to scour the globe for precise botanical matches, tracking down specific desert reeds, myrrh, and rare balsam resins. Deciphering the ancient instructions proved the hardest part of the project. When they finally interpreted the steps and ran the process, the result was a perfectly balanced, viable, sweet-smelling oil. This successful recreation validates the ancient creator's work as a precise, repeatable science. Her instructions demonstrate a level of technical control that excludes the possibility of guesswork. These original instructions survive on a shattered clay tablet recovered from Mesopotamia, dating to roughly 1,200 years before the Common Era. Standard historical assumptions often place the first chemists in medieval gold-seeking laboratories or the halls of Greek philosophy, yet the name pressed into this damp clay belongs to a female royal perfumer named Tapputi-Belatekallim. Taputi's presence at the very beginning of the chemical record forces a reassessment of our scientific origins. It reveals that the earliest recorded chemical procedure in the human archive was written by a woman dedicated to the art of scent. Taputi's title, Belatekallim, marks her as the overseer of the Mesopotamian palace. In this high-ranking role, she commanded a collective of specialized women, directing the production of aromatics for the king. Her surviving tablet outlines a rigorous physical method. She took raw botanicals, soaked them in a solvent of water, heated the mixture, let it settle, and then filtered it repeatedly to isolate the scent. Her methodology utilized an intuitive understanding of phase changes. She used heat to drive the volatile, fragrant oils out of the plants as a vapor, captured it, and cooled it back into a highly concentrated liquid. Those exact steps, maceration, decoction, filtration, and distillation, form the backbone of chemical practice today. By recording specific temperatures, timing, and repeated steps, Tapputi transformed a piece of baked earth into humanity's oldest surviving laboratory notebook. To understand why such advanced techniques appeared in a palace workshop, we must look at the value societies once placed on fragrance. Scent functioned as a vital marker of divine communion, royal status, and extreme wearable wealth. Capturing those scents meant solving a physical problem: how to strip the invisible essence out of a decaying flower and trap it in a stable oil. The immense economic and spiritual value of scent funded humanity's earliest systematic chemical innovations. Tapputi's work represented the peak of an industrial tradition that had been operating for millennia before her. On the island of Cyprus, archaeologists uncovered a 4,000-year-old perfume factory containing dozens of stills and mixing bowls, perfectly preserved by an ancient earthquake. The timeline extends even further back to 4200 BCE. At Tepe Gawra, excavators found modified pottery designed specifically to extract essential oils from juniper and pine. Industrial-scale chemical processing has been operating in the service of beauty since the late Stone Age, completely overturning assumptions about the timeline of ancient technology. Tapputi's work bridges these ancient artifacts to our modern understanding of the world. Modern prejudice often separates beauty from serious scientific inquiry, framing cosmetics as decorative and chemistry as a domain of cold logic. Tapputi's story shatters this division. The patient distilling of fragrance from a flower was the height of beautycraft and the dawn of chemical method. Humanity's relentless pursuit of beauty drove the creation of science itself. The intellectual leap in Tapputi's work was the innate impulse to test, observe, and record her results for others. By committing this knowledge to clay, she allowed subsequent generations of women to compound their knowledge rather than starting over. We must replace the image of the world's first scientist with the reality of a female palace overseer in ancient Mesopotamia. Every time we use a modern fragrance or encounter the chemical sciences, we are witnessing the enduring legacy of an ancient woman's genius.